I don't get it. Why is it that agenda is starting to trump facts? Reze versus Bakugo has been a talking point within the community for a couple of days or so, maybe a week, I don't know. And the bias that I'm seeing, or like the people that genuinely believe that the other can beat the main, is diabolical. The main in this case being Bakugo. I don't know whether or not people decided to look into Bakugo before stating their opinions, but from what I'm seeing, not so much. Within this video, I'm basically covering my take on the entire debate by pointing out facts that I know about Bakugo and information or opinions that I see people making in accordance to reze. That's how you say your name. I don't actually remember. Reasoning number one, the fact that she can regen. Let's put this into perspective. We have to assume that number one, she can get blood from either Bakugo or a bystander that happens to be unfortunately witnessing this fight. And we have to also make sure that reze can even keep up with Bakugo's movements as he's moving at these insane speeds. Okay, she regens. What's stopping Bakugo from dealing the same amount of damage, if not more? Again, neither of them are immune to their own explosions. And before you mention that reze is immune to explosions or her own explosions, this is just a lot. To transform, she has to literally blow herself up. She blows up her head, and in the blast, her arm comes loose. Now, with the new recency bias of both sides, there's no doubt that we're going to be seeing some odd or interesting reasoning as to why the alternative would win. So I'm going to tell you, homie to homie, that reze doesn't take this. I see people bringing up the fact that she's immortal and she could still be immortal, right? And be a speck of dust to it. I don't think Bakugo's actually gonna kill her specifically because, you know, he's a hero. But like, she's incapacitated. She has no way of recovering unless she gets blood. She needs that blood as any other demon or in between to regen. You know what I'm saying? So like, hey, she don't even gotta be a speck of dust. She can't move. There's nothing for her to do unless someone actually comes up to her and just gives her blood. She gets severely outskilled, and it's like everyone who's trying to say the alternative, not even for agenda's sake, but like they genuinely believe that Bakugo loses. I don't think they're understanding the gap between speed, durability, and strength. Look, reze can barely take her own like explosions until she's transformed. Then those explosions get to pop out a lot more frequently at a larger scale. But these scales come out kind of naturally for Bakugo, especially the way he is now, bro. This is light. Well, one of the main antagonists, All For One, right? Let's just go over his scaling real quick, because that will definitely help us kind of gauge and understand the gap in terms of strength and speed. This guy right here, he's scary and strong as hell. Can combine different quirks or just steal other ones, right? That's his bit. And these quirks range from damn near anything. So we got a literal bomb, right? Okay, not literal bomb, but Bakugo going against a titan like that, keeping up, outspeeding him, doing all of that, right? And this all for one person, right? His speed is roughly around relative to the speed of light, right? And that is massively faster than reze. She can't move that fast, like at all. We have no speed scaling for her that even gets her close to that. Look at him now, bro. Bakugo absolutely just blitzing, having the time of his life. You ain't never see a man so joyous to catch a fade, to give a fade. It's insane. Always moving faster ahead of his opponents. Yo, this sounds biased as hell, but I'm telling you, trust me, bro. The gap is insane. You could argue that Reze wasn't moving the same way she was, in the anime or movie, like she was in the manga. I feel like the manga has a slight or significant difference in terms of the size of the explosions. Even if we take her at her strongest, I still think Bakugo takes it. His skills around building to multi-city block level. Meanwhile, Bakugo in his early stages was around that level as well. At least at his earliest stage, he was definitely large building level. And by the final arc, he surpassed that small city block level or city block level in general and reached capacity to destroy an entire city, at least a small city. But it's not out of the question for him to reach a continental level while using some of his strongest attacks. I don't want to see no concept of a bomb versus fucking, explosion boy. Dude, in Chainsaw Man, we see people getting hurt by their concepts all the time. Reze herself literally gets blown up by her own bombs. Like, she takes damage from her own attacks. We've seen people who are like sword demons, chainsaw demons, bro. They get attacked and cut by things that are supposed to cut. The whole purpose is to cut. People are scared of them because they cut. Again, it's not out of the question for these concepts or devils built off these concepts to die to these concepts or to be affected by these concepts. Mind you, even if you were to bring this up, right? She's the bomb devil. She is not the explosion devil. My guy, Bakugo isn't a bomb. His quirk is explosion. Bombs cause explosions, sure. That don't mean that the concept is directly tied to it. You can make all sorts of explosions and you don't need bombs. And if you're iffy about literally anything I'm saying, you could just look it up or watch the anime or read the manga over again. I'm telling you, bro, the evidence is just right there. You just gotta go look. And I'm genuinely starting to believe that agenda trumps facts. Because why is this a debate, bro? Okay, I understand why. But how are we genuinely, as a group of people on the internet, looking at this debate and thinking, yo, I know who got this, and saying something other than Bakugo? I have mad respect for both parties, but it's like, dude, Bakugo is not only faster, stronger, has higher durability, but there's more feats that support his role, his character, his argument. You can't really argue much for Reze other than the fact that she's a devil. She's quote unquote immortal, and she has regen every time she drinks blood. I'm gonna just do a blind reaction on a video that I found covering this topic. All right, let's go.
Bakugo isn't close. Here's why. Recently on Twitter, this debate exploded in particular, and it's pretty easy to see why, considering the fact that both characters stem from projects that are receiving new adaptations, and they both possess very bomb-centric power systems. So between the both of them, who won the fight? And well, I can give you calculations and feats and logic, but everyone on this channel should know that there's something more important than power scaling. As yes, it's not always about the calc, Spider-Man. As the one thing that is more powerful than power scaling is agenda. And I am a Chainsaw Man fan. And I love the Reze movie. And in said movie, she had really, really big explosions. So combine that with the fact that all of Twitter seems to be convinced that Reze wins. And I mean, who am I to argue with them? Like, realistically, who am I?
We lost the plot, gang. It's over.
So with that being said, I'm going to have to give this dub to Reze.
Ain't nothing I could really say. I have a feeling, a sneaking suspicion that no matter what I say or how many videos come out saying Bakugo wins, the reze fans will not change. And I'm not really asking them to. I just want to... I don't know what I want, bro. What I want right now is to put my opinion out. But at the same time, it's like... it's not going to feel satisfying until I know at least someone changed their mind. You know what I'm saying? But on that note, my time's running short, so I might as well say, if you enjoyed the video, or at least understand what I'm saying, or you support Bakugo, that too, or reze, or anything. In fact, just like the video, bro. You know what I'm saying? It helps out. And drop a comment on why you think reze or Bakugo wins. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I'm tweaking. Or maybe I'm the one who doesn't understand something about these characters. Alright, deuces.
I did what I was told and I get penalized for it, bro. This game is some ass. Holy shit, how the hell? That's not fair. Also, both these in the fight room, by the way. Sam, run! They're all rushing you!